A racing chronograph Tonneau watch that breaks away from the conventional, embracing curves that hug the wrist like the sleek aerodynamics of a race car. The split-second chronograph functionality is a tribute to precision, allowing you to measure moments with the accuracy of a professional racer timing their laps. Inspired by a 2006 Ford Mustang GT from the movie Death Race, the dashboard design of the dial is testament to that. The completely solid 316L stainless steel case is decorated with 8 locking wheel bolts surrounding the curved crystal. The screw-down case back features a styled engraving of the Mustang GT. Oversized steel crown gets double tread rows with a 3D alloy wheel chiseled on the outer face. And yes, this is a functional split-second chronograph watch. I like to think of myself as an independent watch reviewer. Watch collecting is a hobby and I share it with my viewers. So when Wishdoit, the brand of this timepiece, has approached me, I took some time to actually research the brand because I haven't heard of Wishdoit before. My first step was to go to the website, and wow, that's a good website with a logical sitemap. Browsing experience is quite professional and looks kind of serious. I even clicked on their ambassadors link, and that got me thinking that I need to get in shape for summer. The second step for me was to check out their trustworthiness, so off I went to Trustpilot, and their 4.7 rating really impressed. Reading through many comments, I picked up 3 key pieces of information about Wishdoit. Firstly, they offer premium after-sales servicing and actually act on their 5-year warranty claims. Secondly, they offer free shipping worldwide. And thirdly, they do seem to mostly sell from Amazon. After doing my own independent research of the brand, I realized that this might be an interesting watch, so let's get it in for review, and I agreed. So Wishdoit have kindly sent me that watch. This is the GT Chrono, and this is an actual split-second chronograph, so pretty cool stuff. It's now listed at £139 or $175 on their website, and I'll be leaving a link to that in the description below the video. Also, you can use the discount code WesWatches as the name of this YouTube channel, and you will get a discount of up to 20%. And now let's dive in and talk about this watch in detail. Considering the shape of this watch is tonneau, meaning the sides of the frame are slightly curved, resembling a barrel shape. The case length is 50 mm, the width is 42 mm, a case height of 15 mm, and a weight of 135 grams on this rubber silicone strap. As for the lug-to-lug length, considering the silicone rubber strap is integrated into the case sides, it's in line with the case length. At integration point, the strap is 28 mm wide, tapering down to 20 at the clasp. Take a look at the watch on my 6.5-inch wrist, which is relatively slender. Surprisingly, there are no overhangs. The large watch does look large, yet it's a comfortable fit. The aggressive downward slant of the strap minimizes the lug-to-lug length and hugs the watch to the wrist. Looking at the profile and the tall vertically brushed flanks with the 4 vertical struts remind me of a bridge crossing. The case base is flat, yet the overhanging lip of the fixed bezel is curved in an arch from one lug to the other. The transition to the top of the case is done via a contoured lip. The chamfer is mirror polished, providing for an interesting light play. The top of the case is also brushed, yet the brushing strokes are very fine, and the stainless steel is glossy smooth to the touch. Considering the plentiful angles and contours of the case, there are no sharp edges to be found. The refinement of the surface's finishes is superb. There are 8 locking bolts decorating the frame of the curved crystal. These bolts are actually polished, but because they're recessed into the circular wells, the light play is somewhat muted, and the timepiece feels less bling and more premium. On the right, we have a 5-spoke chiseled push-pull crown, sandblasted with 2 rows of tread on the circumference. This is a large crown with a diameter of 10.4 mm. The 2 pushes on either side are also contoured with tread grooves on the edges. As I mentioned earlier, this is a functional split-second chronograph, so let me actually show you how to use this watch. Essentially, you can measure multiple time intervals simultaneously, or if you need to record intermediate times while also continuing to measure the overall elapsed time. So you kick off the chronograph by pressing the top pusher. Pressing it again stops the small second at the 6 o'clock dial. The press of the bottom pusher resets the chronograph. Yet, if you are to use the split-second functionality, set off the chronograph again. By pressing the bottom pusher, you read the split time. Pressing it again causes the stopped hand to catch up or retropond to the moving minute hand at the 9 o'clock sub-dial. This function may be used over and over again, so essentially multiple times. Let's flip the watch over. We have the Mustang GT embossed and feeling like it was chiseled out of solid steel. The screw-down case back is held by 4 locking bolts in the corners, warranting the 50 meters of water resistance. The integrated strap impresses with the quality. It's really pleasant to the touch, flexible and soft. I found the parallel vents not only visually appealing but actually purposeful for effective wrist ventilation. The classic watch type clasp is milled and meaty, sandblasted with the brand logo signed on the tip. So far with the design of this watch, I think we're doing well. It's quite well refined, it's got some interesting contours, some interesting angles to the watch. It looks good, but now let's talk about the crystal, the dial, and of course the movement of the watch. Considering we have a Tonneau case design arching from lug to lug, the mineral crystal follows suit. And yes, this is not sapphire crystal, neither is there any anti-reflective coating. The black rehoe slants inwards, leading down to the multi-layered dial. The brand name is on the rehoe just above 12 o'clock. Triangular and loomed indices like sharp teeth are stretching from the rehoe to the dial. 1 to 12 hour numerals are applied as well. We have 3 subdials. At 6 o'clock the chronograph seconds counter, at 9 the 0 to 60 minute counter, and at 3 the 24-hour subdial. If the triangle indices are on the top layer, the hours markings on the second, the subdials on the third, then the date window is on the 4th layer down, positioned between the 4 and 5 hour numerals. The skeletonized arrow hands are chromed with loomed arrow tips. The chromed seconds hand is the running seconds. With that setup, the tachymeter scale printed on the rehoe is more decorative rather than functional. The loom test has shown, well, average results at best. So we can see that the hour numerals do light up, but for a very short time. The applied indices on the rehoe, they actually last for quite a bit of time. And then of course the arrow pointers on the minute and hour hands. They shine for a bit of time, but also not too bright and also not too long. As for the movement, the watch uses Seiko's VD53 quartz movement, powered by Sony SR920SW battery, and that will give you accurate time for up to 3 years before a replacement is required. I usually don't do unboxing videos or involve any unboxing in my reviews, unless there's some interesting presentations. And the way this watch was presented, I think I need to show you, if very quickly. The Wishdoit Maze box is definitely impressive. A larger than average wiping cloth with its embossed logo and the velvety cushion. This presentation of the watch is very impressive and does look more like a gift box. So here we are. This is the Wishdoit GT Chrono watch on a blue or sky blue strap. What do I think? Well, I think it's an interesting watch. I love the presentation of the watch. I think it's very functional. Not too sure about a couple of things like the mineral crystal. Not sure also about the tachymeter scale on the rehoe, because at the end of the day, the main seconds hand is the running seconds. The chrono seconds is actually on the subdial at 6 o'clock. Again, for decorative purpose, it's fine. If this was just a chronograph, I wouldn't be happy. But considering this is a split second chronograph, it's actually okay. I sort of get it. Considering this case is completely stainless steel, this is nice. The beautiful ornamental crown here, the pushers, that pusher action, this is really good. It feels like a premium and refined watch. So I will be leaving the link in the description below the video. Do check it out if you're interested in purchasing this watch from Wishdoit. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.